This is a special edition of the Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand for July 4th, 2022. I'm Wes Mills. Paul Smith did not grow up using fireworks, though as a child he enjoyed watching the pyrotechnic pageantry in the sky on the 4th of July. He still does today, but now he likes to teach about the airborne artistry and sensory experience of a fireworks show and the chemistry behind the Big Bang. Smith works for Purdue University's Department of Chemistry as the director of lecture demonstrations.
The reality is that it's a chemical reaction going on that we're able to see. And the fascinating thing about it is that chemistry deals with molecules and atoms that we can't see in that. But in fireworks, it's in a big enough scale, large enough presentation, that now we can see actually what's going on at a very small level in a large way.
Smith is also president of the Pyrotechnics Guild International, a trade group that supports the safe use of fireworks. Smith has been working with pyrotechnics professionally for more than 30 years. He says there are close to 1,000 licensed retailers in Indiana that can buy and sell fireworks with state-issued permits.
Fireworks is a combustion reaction in which we're having oxygen and other fuels added together that produces light, sound, propels things through the air, and even gives us a sense of feeling because of the pressure wave we get sometimes from that combustion reaction.
While most people react to the burst, crackle, and sizzle of a fireworks show with an ooh and ah, Smith says all five senses get involved.
And in a fireworks show, in the breadth of the whole show, all five senses are going to get involved. Visually, obviously, sound, you're going to get the noise and stuff like that. You're going to hear things, and then because of the smoke and the different things like that, you're going to waft that a little bit. Hopefully the smoke isn't always going at the crowd. We try to have the wind direction take it away, but sometimes that switches. But you smell it, and then the loud noise is made sometimes creates a pressure wave enough that you feel that pressure against your body. So your senses are all involved in the only one probably doesn't get that much, and we hope doesn't get involved at all, is taste. But sometimes that smoke in the air, and that people pick up on that way.
Ever the scientist, Smith says different elements emit certain colors. This is where a periodic table of the elements comes in handy.
Colors come about because of some basic elements that we know how they will work in that flame chemistry we're talking about, that combustion reaction. Strontium is the predominant color or element used to get the color red. Barium is used most of the time to get green. Copper is often the one that's the primary for blue. Calcium is kind of an orange-red. And then sodium, we find all over the place, is a very brilliant or vivid yellow.
Smith says fireworks are so appealing because it's the large-scale result of the chemical interaction between molecules and atoms the human eye can't see. But what people do see is the result of craft work and preparation before one pyrotechnic device detonates overhead. To Smith, it's not just the array of colors, but the patterns created with precision.
I think the other aspect that really fascinates me and is really vivid about fireworks is that it's really a in-action painting in the sky. Those people that really work with making the craft of a fireworks shell put different components in there with the idea that it gets up there, it's going to present itself in different ways. Sometimes it's a specific pattern. One of the more interesting ones now is they actually get a cube in the sky. So you got a three-dimensional pattern created out of a one-dimensional device being launched into the air. And just seeing how that unfolds and what they've done there, I think, is a really fascinating and interesting aspect of fireworks.
Most of all, Smith reminds fireworks users to remain safe on this 4th of July. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.